you for attending this session today. Till now, what we have discussed so far, we discussed about community properties. Then we discussed about what type of mortgage like FHA, BA or conventional and USDA. What is the difference between these mortgages? Other than we also discussed about the loan agency case number, right? So agency case number was one of an important term. However, everything whatever we discussed so far is important, but when it comes to agency case number, that was relevant because whatever we are going to discuss today, that is going to help us too, right? So if you haven't gone through my previous video, or that is specially about agency case number, please go through that video because that is going to help us today to understand this video. Okay, so today we are going to discuss specially about the terms, that is loan amount, right? जब हम कहते हैं लोन अमाउंट, देन दिमाग में आता है कि लोन अमाउंट क्या है. लोन अमाउंट इज वेरी सिंपल टर्म. जितना भी लोन अमाउंट बोरोवर को चाहिए, ही कैन अप्लाई राइट on his application, and that is what loan amount. But believe me, it is not like that. There are a lot many conditions, guidelines to apply for a loan amount, or it's an interesting term. And as we discussed in previous video, जैसे मैंने भी कहा था कि मेरा previous video is going to help us. So क्या होता है कि जब हमारे पास, जैसे मैंने बताया था, we have government sponsored agencies who make guidelines about the loan, how to fund loans, how to underwrite loans, how to prove loans, right? So लोन अमाउंट भी वही स्पॉन्सर्ड जो एजेंसीज होती हैं वो डिफाइन करती है, कि सेटअप करती है कितना लोन अमाउंट दे सकते हैं, किस प्रॉपर्टी के ऊपर, व्हाट टाइप ऑफ प्रॉपर्टी. सो टू थिंग वी नीड टू मेक श्योर, और वी नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड. वन इज प्रॉपर्टी टाइप, प्रॉपर्टी. नंबर टू इज conforming versus non-conforming. These are two terms which need to be understood by us today. So सबसे पहले चलते हैं conforming and non-conforming, that is number 2. So conforming and non-conforming क्या होता है कि जो भी मैंने बताया था, गवर्नमेंट एजेंसीज होती हैं, फेनीमी, फ्रेडी मैक, वो लोग गाइडलाइंस बनाती हैं. सो दोज आर द टू एजेंसीज और गवर्नमेंट स्पॉन्सर्ड एजेंसीज जो कि who set a limit for loan amount according to the different properties. What type of property, what type of house borrower is purchasing. On the basis of that, they set a limit for particular property, particular loan amount for a particular state, or simply all about the location. So उसके बेस पे सारी की सारी कंडीशन सेट होती है. So when it comes to conforming versus non-conforming means, जब भी जो भी लिमिट फेनीमी और फ्रेडी मैक ने सेट करके रखी है, ऑलरेडी सेट करके रखी है, उसके अकॉर्डिंग जब भी कोई लोन अमाउंट अप्लाई करता है, we used to call it conforming loans. Means conforming का फर्स्ट, what is the first term? Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, right? Whatever the limit they have set for a loan amount, if borrower is applying less than that limit, then we are going to call it a conforming loan amount, right? But if anyone who is applying a loan and that loan amount exceeds that limit which has been set by these agencies, then we are going to call it non-conforming, because that amount is going beyond the limit of Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, and because of that is not conforming. So it is non-conforming. You must have heard about jumbo loans. While processing loans, you must have gone through some kind of where you come to know, okay, it's a jumbo product. Jumbo means it's non-conforming. right? So like I told you in my previous video कि जब भी whenever we want to take an automated underwriting approval, जब भी हम AUS या फेनिमी या फ्रेडी मैक के अकॉर्डिंग DU या LP रन करते हैं, जब उनकी फाइंडिंग आती है, जब हम उनको वेरीफाई करते हैं, जिसमें we used to see whether loan has been approved or not, then whenever there is a non-conforming loan amount, it is always going to come as ineligible, right? So jumbo loan is always going to will appear as ineligible in AUS findings or say DU findings or in LP findings, and that what happens, underwriters used to do a manual underwriting. We will go through AUS terms like what is manual underwriting, what is DU underwriting, what is LP underwriting. We will go through all these terms. We will go deep dive in these terms, what all these documents, how to read, what is manual underwriting, right? What is the need of all those underwritings? We will go in that. We'll create a separate video for that. So just to make you understand that what is the difference between conforming and non-conforming loan amount, that is what I just illustrated, right? Now let's come back to the property. When it comes to setting up a loan amount for a particular property, then what type of property that will be. So let's see what are those properties. So number one, it depends, that loan amount or limit of that amount depends on the unit of the property. So it's say 1 unit property, 1 unit property, 1 unit property, and whatever the limit these agency used to set, those limits keep changing each year. So let's say what is the limit in 2020 for 1 unit property? 1 unit property limit is $510,400. This is what the limit for 1 unit property in 2020, right? So now if you do not have any idea what is 1 unit property, so 1 unit property is also used to call SFR. SFR. What is this SFR? SFR means single family residence. Simple. So अगर कभी कहीं पे भी कोई एक single family, they used to live in a house, that is a single family residence. A single family is living, I mean एक छत के नीचे under a roof only one family is living, that is called single family residence. ऐसा कोई घर, if someone is applying for a loan for a single family residence or a SFR property, 1 unit property, they have limit. If they want to go as per FENIMI or Freddie Mac guidelines, then they need to apply a loan that should be less than 510 or 400, right? This dollar amount, they should not go beyond this loan amount, right? Otherwise it will get considered as a non-conforming loan amount. Number two is now 2 unit property. 2 unit properties. Now please just be attentive while discussing this term 2 unit property. So what happens to 2 unit property? Like let's suppose it's a okay. So what happens? Let's see, this is a house, right? It has 1 kitchen here and bedroom, washroom and sink. Now this is one roof, but only the one section in one part, 1 kitchen, bedroom, then washroom, and then there is a separate entrance for this house. It is 1 unit. Now the rest of the part has been occupied by another unit. So these are their bedrooms, washrooms, and here is the kitchen. Everything is same in both houses. The only difference is they have separate kitchen, right? दिस इज व्हाट आई मीन, एक घर है, घर के ऊपर एक छत है, लेकिन उस घर को दो में पार्ट में डिवाइड किया हुआ। डिवाइड इन द सेंस वेयर टू डिफरेंट किचन्स आर or two different families are living in that house and they need a separate kitchen. So in different when it to just explain more, if I'm going to remove this kitchen from this house and let's make it only bedroom, then room and then one kitchen, it will become one unit property. As soon as I'm separating it with another kitchen, two kitchen means 2 unit property, right? If I am going to make it in 4 sections, the only this house, right? And I am going to make one more kitchen here, so this will be 3 unit and this will be 4 unit. Maximum 4 unit could be there in a one under one roof, and that is what the acceptable property type is. So 1 unit, 2 unit, 3 unit and 4 unit. So when it comes to 1 unit, we already know this $510,400 is the limit. Then when it comes to 2 unit property, it's $653,550 for the 2 unit property. Then it comes to 3 is $700,000 and then 4 for the 900,000, or it's almost $1 million, right? Less than $1 million, but whatever you can see on your screen, the exact figure is that. Okay, so this is how the property type and the loan amount being set up by the different agencies, and whenever borrower is applying beyond the limit, that is non-conforming. If it is within the limit, it is conforming. Different type of properties and different type of loan limits has been set by these agencies. There are 2 different states, that is Hawaii and Alaska. Okay? Hawaii and Alaska, they have different loan terms. So it totally depends on year to year, depends on different locations and different, as per Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, each and every year they used to change these limits. But as you can see on your screen, these are the limits for Hawaii and Alaska, which are much higher than what other states have their limits for each unit of their properties. Okay, so now let's move to the next term, and that is interest rate. So what happens in interest rate?